So today we're doing a walk along Jalan Legian from Jalan Melasti all the way down to Jalan Pantai Kuta or Bemokona. So Jalan Melasti actually is part of Legian and Jalan Pantai Kuta is part of Kuta. So we're actually traversing from Legian down to Kuta. The first place we have is the Mercure Hotel and Bella Italia, which also has an outlet down in Sanur. Bella Italia constantly gets great reviews, and I'm sure this outlet here in Kuta or Legian is just as good. It looks pretty good. It's been a while since I've been in Kuta, but footpath's looking a lot better these days than when I was here last, and a lot of this fake gear and clothing shops still here. All looks pretty good still. So only about 50 or 100 metres down the road from the corner there and Jalan Melasti is Fat Chow and jackfruit. I've just eaten at jackfruit. You can have a look at a couple of the pictures here. It's amazing. Great for coffee, great for brunch. Fat Chow across the road is more of an Asian dinner place, which has a pretty interesting menu. But definitely come down to jackfruit for a coffee and a, I don't know, light meal, brunch. It's really good. Another 50 metres down the road is this Made in Bali shop. This place does all their clothes for $299, 299,000 rupiah. They've got an outlet in Sanur as well, which is pretty small, but this Kuta one is massive, and they have an unbelievable range of clothes, very tropical looking, like this sort of stuff. And the shop inside is just enormous. It's actually a pretty good looking, a pretty good style. That real modern tropical style. I don't mind it. Another 50 metres down the road and we have the Legian Paradiso Hotel. Now that place has been around for a long time and it's been a pretty popular one over the years. I don't know how it's faring these days, but it's fair to say they're probably going to need to have done a few renovations to keep up to date with all the modern stuff that's been appearing on the scene in recent years. And this place is Mervoi. They've got an outlet in Sanur as well. And this is one of the best Vietnamese restaurants that you'll ever want to try. Unreal food, prices are good. Those banh mi, 35,000. I really love Mervoi. So this one here, definitely try it if you're in Legian or Kuta and you enjoy Vietnamese food. But right next door is Mama's, which has been around for such a long time. It's been around for like 40 years or something like that. And they did open outlets in other cities in Indonesia as well, but this is the original, the best, and it's still going strong. Get some great pork knuckle in there, get some schnitzels, all that sort of stuff. Mama's is a classic. You've got to come here if you're in Kuta. So Jalan Melasti is one of 3 roads that connects Jalan Legian to Jalan Pantai Kuta, the beach road. So there's 3 of them. This is the first one, Melasti. And if you go inside some of these gangs, you can really explore some amazing things down there. Great cafes, great hotels, and it's a little sort of rabbit hole or rabbit warren of laneways. Highly recommend that you have an explore when you're around. Don't just go up and down this main road. Branch off into Melasti, Poppies 1 and 2, because they're unreal. But yeah, definitely have a look up here if you're in town. So we're now at the Adidama Hotel in Legian. Another one of those places that's been around for absolutely ever. Seems to be going strong. It's got that nice traditional feel about it, as you can see. A little bit old school, but they've kept it up to date as well. I love it. And Warung Mina, which has been around forever, they've got an outlet as well in Sanur and a couple of other places as well. Gets very, very high ratings from people. Mainly because they've been in the business for so long, they know what they're doing. So that's probably another one I would imagine you should check out when you're in Kuta or Legian. as we get further into Kuta, there's a lot more places that are shut down. It's a bit sad really, because a lot of these places were really vibrant and happening maybe 10 years ago, but post-COVID it seems that a lot of these places are doing it tough. Feels a lot quieter. I actually like it. I don't mind it being so quiet. It's just that the businesses themselves aren't going to be able to do as well, and that has an effect on, shops staying open or being closed and that sort of thing. But the vibe here is very, very chilled and very relaxed. Not as hectic as it used to be, which is quite nice. We've arrived at the Bali bombing memorial, the place where 202 people were murdered 22 years ago. It's a construction site now. They're doing a bit of renovation. To be fair, it has turned into a bit of a circus over the years, but congratulations to the government for actually making an effort to keep it up to date and renovating it. That's good. Across from the Bali bombing memorial, you have a few hotels like the Swiss Bell Express, and you have Ground Zero Kitchen, plus a big bar across the road called Avera. That place is pretty popular at the moment. So we are right in the heart of Kuta at the moment, and just up here we have Poppies 2. So let's talk about Poppies 2 a little bit. So Bali bombing memorial, there's an Avera bar, and that there is Poppies 2. And Poppies 2 is like a rabbit warren of hotels and restaurants and good stuff. That Corey restaurant that's up there, I reckon I went to that probably about 20 years ago, and it had a great reputation back then. I'd imagine it's probably got a good one now. This looks like it's closed, but it's got signs saying it's open. Looks like it's under renovation, the Sky Garden. Just across from Poppies 2. This historically is where all the big bars and clubs have been. You've got a bloody one of those sling catapult things right next to the buildings. I don't know how safe that is, but it's called 5GX. Looks pretty interesting. Across the road, you've got that J4 Hotel, Engine Room, another pub/club for R&B and hip hop. So this is really the centre of all the action here in Kuta. You've also got the Bounty and Paddy's, which are real blast from the past type places. Bounty, that's where everyone used to get into fights. I don't know what it's like these days. And Paddy's was one of those places that was blown up. Honestly, I haven't been down here at night for a while, so I don't know how busy they get, but they used to be the places to go. Not sure now, because a lot of the crowds, especially for younger people, have moved north to Canggu, or Seminyak is a little bit outdated as well these days. And this is Poppies number 1. Still the same as it ever was. Motorbikes roaring down this little gang. There. And look at that. Poppies, the original Poppies restaurant still exists, and so does TJ's. I think I went to TJ's about 20 years ago. I've been to Poppies plenty of times, and they were great places back in the day. It'd be interesting to know how they stack up in today's world, but if you like that old school vibe, I'm sure they're pretty good. So yeah, highly recommend going down Poppies 1 as well, to look down at the shops, the warungs, the old hotels. But have a bit of a dig around down some of the side roads as well, because it's not just Poppies 1. There's all the little side alleyways off Poppies 1, where all the cheap eats are, the cheap guest houses as well. Although, people these days probably aren't into that style, they're still available if you are into it, and if you want that really backpacker style. This dude here, pretty cool, pretty cool. It's nice to be back down here in central Kuta. One of the things I have noticed is there are just tattoo stores down this end everywhere. So if you need a tattoo, like there's hundreds to choose from. As we get closer now to Jalan Pantai Kuta, this is the end of Jalan Legian. This is what they used to call Bemo Corner, because back in the day, all the Bemo or little minibuses used to pick people up from here and go to places further afield, but it's a far cry from that now. Totally different vibe. You wouldn't even know that it was Bemo Corner back in the day, but for old time's sake, there's a look at what it is. And this is Jalan Pantai Kuta. So heading that way down to the beach, down to Kuta Square, down there and turn left. You get down into Tuban Discovery Mall, and that's where we just came from. That is Jalan Legian, all the way up. This runs all the way up in Seminyak. So there you have it, a 1.6 kilometre walk from Jalan Melasti down to Jalan Pantai Kuta on Jalan Legian. It's an easy walk. I used to think it was a hard walk back in the day, but just going down there now, because the footpath is so smooth, there's hardly any hassle, to be honest. There's only a few people asking if you want stuff. It's just a much easier and more pleasant walk than it's ever been. So if you're in Kuta, make sure you try out this street, have a look around, get down those gangs down to Poppies 1, Poppies 2 and Jalan Melasti. That's where you'll find all the good stuff. I'm very impressed with Kuta. It's still got that Kuta vibe, but it is a little bit more relaxed these days, and it deserves your business. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and Bali, even though we're in Kuta. I'll catch you next time.